And that program that I was drafted into there uh, was remarkably successful in training physician scientists like myself. So, for example, between 1964 and 1972, those were uh, the peak years of the Vietnam War, those 8 years. This program I was in sent me to the NIH. It was a small program. There were about 50 people a year who were sent there. And so during that 8 year period, you'd have maybe 400 or 500 of us who went through that program. But almost remarkable to get your head around is the fact that 10 of us would go on to win the Nobel Prize. Now remember, most of us had no research experience. We were all just wanting to be physicians. And in my 10, and in my class, if you will, that was the group that graduated medical school in 66, was sent to the NIH in 68, and left in 70. So we were at the NIH from 68 to 70, a group of 50 of us maybe. In that group, 4 of us went on to win the Nobel Prize. I mean, just think about that. That's almost 10%. And one of the guys who was in our class who didn't win the Nobel Prize was Tony Fauci. So it just shows you the remarkable success of the people who went through that program. Now, you might say, well, why did that happen? I mean, how is that possible? And the
Yeah.
answer is everybody wanted to be in this program, because if you weren't drafted into this program, you were probably going to wind up spending your 2 years in Vietnam taking care of battlefield casualties and maybe getting killed yourself. So everybody wanted into this program. So it was very competitive, and they were able to get the best and the brightest because everybody wanted in. So it was very competitive. And, most of us who were in that program, had finished first or second in our medical school class. Everybody was very bright. So, yeah, so this program was really remarkable. And it wasn't just Nobel laureates that came out of it. A whole generation of professors of medicine came out of it. There have been studies of this. And, if you look at people who were professors of medicine at major American medical schools, say in the 90s, some very high percentage had come out of this program. I mean, it really populated American academic medicine for a generation.